Hey guys, we're here playing Interloper. This is a new RTS that's still in beta. There's an open weekend where you can try it out on Steam. And this is kind of a stripped down RTS. And the claim is that it's a 5-minute RTS is the kind of tagline there. So the basic idea is like area control. So your guy this is your main hero. He can run around and capture buildings. These are power supplies and these are factories. So the factories make you units that you can use to fight with. These little basic guys are your basic unit. They can just fight each other like zerglings. They'll trade off. And this lets you upgrade your units into more advanced units, which is kind of neat. Your zerglings also block the opponent's movement. So I can't, for example, go into this while his guy is there, but I can trade off first. And I can go in and capture this. So the more power you have, the faster your stuff builds. Oops. If your guys go onto the opponent's territory for too long, they'll just die straight up, which is unfortunate. So you can build 3 different advanced units. One is like a little basic wall. The wall just is a wall, and that's pretty self-explanatory. He blocks the opponent's movement. And he has 3 health, but he only costs 2 drones to build, so you're getting a small numerical advantage that way. Next up is the sniper. The sniper can obviously snipe. He has a pretty long range, and he can just get free pickups, which is a great way to make an incremental advantage over your opponents. So, for example, I can bring this guy down and just go pew and run away. And kind of micro out that way. So he's got his own sniper here, which is not great for me. But you can trade off against an enemy sniper by just shooting it with your own units. You can also build a destroyer, and this destroyer is kind of a big guy. Oh boy. And the destroyer has a bunch of HP, and he regenerates, which is an important thing. Which is why he costs so much. Alright, I gotta get my stuff together. What's happening over here? So you can press space, your guy will kind of phase out and become invisible to the other player. The advantage of that is you can move faster when you're invisible. You also can go through enemy territory, which you couldn't normally. So it's really a game of just like cat and mouse almost. If you're maneuvering around trying to get advantage with your units. So like I should run away from his sniper here before his sniper just beats me. Or you can run into him and then you can attack him. So it's figuring like when to attack and when to run. It's pretty important. And when you can get your opponent's power sources to not to pick them off. Because with no power, they won't produce. So once this power is gone, only this power supply is actually giving him anything, and now once it's cut off, it doesn't do anything at all. I'm gonna make another wall for over here. And this guy is basically defeated now. He's not quite out because he's still going to be able to do a little bit of damage to me, reclaiming that, but I've got him pretty well hemmed in. Doesn't have much power. So this is about 5.5 minutes. Really, he should resign right now because he doesn't have a hope in hell of winning the game. The game ends immediately when one player has got 3/4 of the map covered in their color. But in practice, it's over before that almost all the time, because once someone has got a nice lead in units, the other person is basically helpless to do anything about it. So if I just walk down here and take this territory, he's going to be pretty stuck. Yeah, I should have put units on my power, because your power is like kind of the vulnerable part, right? If the power gets taken over, then they can get back in the game. So that, yeah, I got 3/4 of the map, covered my color, game over. So it's a pretty fast game, which I like, because when you're behind, you can just start another game. You don't need to kind of get dragged along where you probably can't win, but you still keep trying. So there's no like lame duck aspect to it. But my concern with the game is maybe that you're going to have, it's too easy to solve. Like, it's symmetrical, right? So both players have the same start setup. And there's going to be a best opening. And then that best opening lets you kind of go from there. And once you get a small advantage, you're pretty far ahead in the game, which is not really desirable. The only way to make comebacks almost is to really get good snipers, or use your units in other ways to really gain material over your opponent, which is not easy to do. Or if your opponent messes up and goes in the wrong spot, like I left that unguarded, which I didn't have to. I could have done more that way. So I'm going to phase back to my territory here. I can move in and grab this. So it's often a race to reach a certain square. Like if you saw that there, he got to that square first and was able to take that over. If I was there first, I would take it over. So it's kind of, it is very timing based. It's not like a slow thinky game. It's definitely a fast game where you want to be in the right place at the right time. So he's got a sniper out, which I need to respond to pretty fast, or I will get pretty far behind. So I can sneak up on this guy, I could snipe him, but I can't, so that's unfortunate. I'm gonna bring all my drones into here. Try to counter snipe. But it's giving him a lot of territory, which we can deal with that. So my snipers are now online, gonna kill his guys, and we're gonna push back and try to trade off his sniper. Yeah, so they just trade 1 for 1, which is fine with us. And now we need to push back and attack. Find a good line for our sniper to fire. He's going to make another sniper probably. Yeah, he is. So we're just going to have to trade against that. Or what you can do sometimes is you can make the sniper shoot a little guy. And then in the cooldown you go pick it off, so like that. So we just got a nice advantage there in terms of material. We're able to get him to shoot our guy. And then just counter snipe. That's a big win for us. Same kind of idea. He snipes and then we shoot his guy. Now we're going to come back around here and really just hamper his movement. I'll make more snipers. Whoops, so misplay there. I should have been in that corridor to choke him off. When you're ahead, you want to trade down. That's kind of basic strategy logic. Like if I have 10 guys and he has 8 guys, then I can just make him have 0 guys and I can have 2 guys, at which point I'm ahead. So this guy is now kind of camping the factory where he cannot really do a ton. Yeah, again, my defense has been pretty bad here. I've letting him kind of creep in where I shouldn't be. You want to keep your connections together so you can sneak through. There we go. So once I take over both his factories, he can no longer make advanced units. And the basic units are easy prey for the big ones. Yeah, so these guys just pop out and they die. So 5 minutes. It's about how long the game is, and we win again. It's a neat little game. You're always doing something. Like the game is always interesting. Or if it's not, you just concede and go on to the next game. So I like it. There's enough strategy depth in it to keep me interested, but it's also somewhat accessible. Like you can at least play it if you're not good at RTS. If you have a problem with you know, reading the mini-map or doing build orders or doing a lot of micro, maybe an RTS is too intimidating for you at the start. But this game has got a little less going on. There's no camera controls, which I like. It's a little bit simpler to play. So I think these guys might be successful in their vision to get some adoption for it. And of course it helps that it looks great. Like the art style is just stunning to me. I really like the look of all the units. It'd be cool if each building like took on a unique appearance depending on yeah, and you depending on what hero you were. It'd be kind of cool. Whoops. So you gotta watch your rally points carefully because sometimes they are in the wrong place and then you're just sad. So he's gotten off to a bad start here. He really hasn't got any production happening, whereas I have 1 production. So if that happens, you just end up getting further and further behind. So now I've got a 2nd production up here, and these guys are kind of just walling him in. You want to make connections between your areas so that they can help each other, because each factory gets power from each power generator. So now, oh geez, he's locked me off again. Stop it. So now this is producing because of the 1 power generator, but if I connect it, I'm going to get 2 each. I'll knock this wall down so I can go in and take it myself. Alright, where are we at? So, yeah. So now our production is 4, because each of these 2 power generators are making power to our factories. You can have up to 3 running each factory. And now we've got 3 each, so now this is our max production. We're making 6 each. He cannot win. He's done. 2 minutes in and he's completely done. There's nowhere you can go, nothing you can do, because we have units everywhere, and units prevent them from moving. Simple as that. See, all we can do now is just warp out with the phase button, so you can press space to phase, you can turn invisible. When you're invisible, you move faster, you can go through enemy territory if you want. When you have 3/4 of the map covered in your color, you win the game. And that's all there is to it. It's kind of a neat little game, because it really is the razor's edge. Because you start out with the same setup, the first person to make a mistake is behind, and it's pretty hard to recover. Unless your opponent also messes up. So games do end with the first mistake. It's sharp. And every second counts, so it's kind of cool in that respect. Whereas, like in StarCraft, for example, you're going to just build workers for like 5 minutes. Do your build order, you know, maybe you do a 4-gate or something, or you expand. If you're doing a macro build, you might not even fight for like 15 minutes. Whereas this game, it's all packed in, it's all compressed. And there's still enough interest in it for me. It's kind of neat. He might have disconnected, I'm not sure. The netcode is still pretty early. Do. All right. Yeah, he's probably just gone. All right. Well, thanks for watching, guys. The game is on open beta this weekend. You can check it out if you want. See what you think about it. Thanks for watching.